Yes, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Politically incorrect, where we get it correct. Yeah, not too bad on the clock. Not too bad, but whew, nick of time, family. In the nick of time. In the nick of time. Oh man, I was on the farm. Yeah, y'all know that already, man. Putting that work late night, so y'all already know how that goes. But I had a question that was bugging me the whole day, man. So I figured I'd answer y'all the question, and y'all can tell me what y'all think. Um, are we some special kind of fools? I mean, tell me somebody, please. Let me turn this volume down because this is not going to be good at all, at all, at all, at all. Yeah, right here. I'm trying to find my own page. You can tell, right? I don't see why he's got to search for my own. Oh, here you go. Got it covered. Yeah. No, that's definitely not it. I can't find it. I can't find my live online. I don't even know. Um, crazy. I can't find my own live. I don't. If I can't find it, I'm sure other people can't find it too. Because I keep getting messages from people telling me that they ain't getting notifications, none of this stuff. So it might have been firewall. Firewall means that they put a hedge around it to stop people from having access to it. But nevertheless, tell a friend and tell a friend. That's why I keep telling y'all, the more y'all comment, the more y'all share, the more y'all tell people, put it in your status, put it in your WhatsApp groups, share it, share it, share it, because that generates that whole algorithm and breaks through the firewall because it's automated. But there's certain rules you can bend and some you can break. You gotta know which is which. But anyhow, family, yeah, Regina, I see you, Miss Lynn. Yes, Steve, I see you. I hope you sent me that link because I didn't even get a chance to check. Jackie, tell a friend, family. Yo, it was awesome Monday program. I was on a high all Tuesday, all today was pure energy. Pure energy. Steve said he gained sleep. I know, man. He said, nah, he ain't sleeping. Definitely not sleeping. I gonna wake you up tonight, bro, because this right here is going to be crazy. I was telling somebody, like, oh yeah, I see you, I see you, I see you, I see it now, I see it now, I see it, I see it, I see it. That's one, two, and three. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This cat talking? Ah, come on, man. Y'all can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. I don't even know. Anyhow, family, before we get too deep in the program tonight, tell a friend and tell a friend. We got some stuff to discuss. Apparently, we must be some special kind of fool, man. I mean, this is the month of April, yes, but something ain't right, man. They got us down like we some special kind of fools, man. I mean, Percy speaking. Tell me, somebody help me here. Are we indeed special to the point where we some special kind of fools? Let me put this picture up one time. Tell me, I know we in the month of April. I know that, but are we some special kind of fools, man? And I should have added the apostrophe S really and truly and make it more plural because this is madness. What's happening right here? We're going to touch it. So in the meantime, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to jump into a little song real quick. Some vibes. Which one? I don't know. Could be, man. I think they don't understand who we are, right? Tell a friend, man. Politica Incorrect is up and running. Yeah. Been laughed at and scrutinized. Now that the light came to me, I wonder if they're gonna do the same to me. Tell a friend and tell a friend, family. That's when you know if you really who you claim to be. For so long we've been denied, rejected and rude to lie. But our children shall win the war. We shall win the war because we know who we are. See, they don't get that. We are Selassie children. Haile Selassie children. Yes, all of us. Africa was born in us, family. What do you mean by Selassie children? We the children of the Most High. That's what that means. The children of the Most High. So if you deny Haile Selassie the first, the power of the Trinity, you deny your birthright. Christ said, you deny me, I will deny you. Why you think they fight the Rastaman so much, huh? Why you think so? Why you think the colonial powers fight the Rastaman and employ people to fight the Rastaman? They don't fight nothing else. They don't fight nothing else. You can marry a dog, that's okay. You can marry a man, that's okay. You can do whatever you like, it's okay. But you Rasta, oh hell no. Oh hell no. Selassie children, man. But anyhow, family, tonight, tell a friend, man. We're gonna touch on some stuff. Samuel, I see you. I see you. Haile Selassie, the party Trinity. Shout out to the Hebrew Israelite family, Islam, my Christian brothers and sisters. In my father's house of many mansions. Let me not be divided. Don't let them trick you. Here, family. Rastafari, the 12 tribe of Israel. Yisrael. You know what time it is, man. Cha. I gotta send this song to my friend, man. Cha. Anyhow, family, tell a friend, be live. Listen, go get your pen and paper, family, because jeez, bread, the book of life. Yes, family. Rastafari, Selassie children, family. Big tune. Chronics, big up yourself. 7 locks of Babylon. You can't get 7 locks unless you got bongos, but you don't know. You don't know. Steve said, let's talk. I see, Steve, you fired up tonight, but here we're getting on, though, Steve. On a serious note, though, you've been missing for a couple of nights. You just don't get to jump back in just so big, man. Part you been? Man, that was all Mark Sport, man. Report for duty. You was missing in action. Fire space to the eye in class. I see it. Marsha, big up to all the family from Inspirational Teachings, by the way, because they told me they be coming on and I don't be seeing them. But yeah, Inspirational Teachings. Bertram, I see you. Rastafari. Let me say this first. I want to show you something. That's what I'm here looking for. I want to show you something. Something that y'all may not be aware of. Let me go here real quick and show this here real quick. Let me share both of these actually. Yeah. Let me send this both to this file right here. Right here. And then right here. Bam, gone clear. So this is what going on, family. So you're saying England is 120. Well, that's all right, my brother. Ain't no rest for the weary. We on the battlefield front line, homie. Ain't no time to sleep. Catch your rest when you get your rest and keep moving, man. Keep your boots on. Never know. If you was in Ukraine right now, you couldn't sleep anyhow. Yeah, you have to be on point. You have to be on point. You have to be on point. Check this out, though, family. Let me just put this up here one time. Put this one up first. Download it first so you can open it up, man. Yeah. So we were recently told that some changes would come about to our so-called protocols. And apparently, I remember a while back, we asked this question. Let me see how to put it. The brother, what's his name? David Ellis. Yeah, I remember David Ellis came on and said, because the question was brought up when cricket first came to Barbados, People drove by Kensington. There was a few videos circulating, and people said, well, wait a minute. How is it that you got all these tourists and, nobody wearing a mask or nothing? And so then Mr. Ellis came on, did what he would usually do, his PR on television. And he said, well, despite all you seeing, it may be an indication that, some some relaxation of the protocols may be coming, which I declare might have been the dumbest thing he could have said in his entire career, because the implication is that the tourists who come, it was okay for them to break all the rules that we had put in place, that the rest of us here, indigenous people in Barbados, are prisoners of this colonial corporate regime, using security forces to keep people from rising up and doing other things. Technically, and I say that with inverted commas, the reality is that he said that the relaxations were coming, they were imminent. But guess what? At some point in time down the road, they did relax some stuff later on, after the fact. No tickets, no penalties, no nothing, no fines, no nothing for anybody, because after all, David Ellis said they were to come. Although people were already practicing what was to come before it came, although the rest of us had to be under the same regime, even though we couldn't practice it before it got here. Fair enough. More madness. But if that wasn't enough, we now have our new advisor, and I got thanks to brother to bring this up to my awareness too, because I didn't even see. I was in the farm. I was on the farm all day putting in work. I was supposed to go and link the elder earlier. Couldn't I? So we're gonna have to hook it up on the boomerang in a few. But protocol breaches could be ticketed. Now, people who flaunt the COVID-19 directives. I mean, wait, hold on. I mean, I just, first of all, we some special kind of fools for real though. I mean, really, are we that special? Are we that special? Somebody please give me some heads up on this, man, because this individual right here is now claiming that people who flaunt the COVID-19 directives, especially those who refuse uh to wear a mask in public spaces, may soon be dealt with by way of a ticketing system. Now, the Minister of Health and Wellness in Gooden Edgehill, first of all, I don't know who's saying you, right? Like, on the real, let me just put it out here, Mr. Ian Gooden Edgehill. This cat right here. I don't know where you come from. Looking like, anyhow, we ain't getting to that part. Somebody please explain to me. Wait, hold on, man. Let me. I don't want to get all this other commercial stuff. I want this man. I want him clear as day. Clear as day. You see him clear. Please explain to me. Yeah, explain to me. Somebody, you know, tell me what's going on here. I mean, how is it possible? Did anybody see the cricket match that took place in Kensington a few weeks ago? How the whole event was, whether they walk in the streets and the event in Kensington, around Kensington, parking, and the venues, the bars for a street, up and down the Platinum Coast, South Coast, Oystons. Can somebody explain to me why this individual is out here making these claims about wearing a mask and whatnot? And ticketing people. Is it another scam to exploit Barbadians and taxpayers and people who have been extorted for decades through this draconian system that basically is in place to exploit, fleece, and subjugate people under the guise of a government operating as a corporation for the Queen of England and the colonial powers via the church? Yeah. So how he come all of a sudden talking about they're going to ticket people, a ticketing system. I don't wear no mask in no public space. I mean, period. If I got to go into a market somewhere, I might trade on because that's how they run the program. Like, cool. Apart from that, I ain't putting on no mask. I don't put on a mask. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. But I don't need to wear a mask. I follow in the science. And the science tells me I need to breathe. So I breathing. I breathing. If I catch COVID, what's the big deal? You're surviving anyhow. Anybody who caught COVID outside of those who passed, and I'm not narrowing it down to some frivolous thing, but the numbers that passed away because of COVID in Barbados, how many people died of cancer in Barbados last year alone? Can we get those numbers? How many people died from being diabetic or a related illness because of the sugar? Can we have those numbers, Mr. Minister? How many people died because of rum, alcohol, kidney failure, accidents on the road? I'm just asking questions. The point I want to make is that concerns have been raised about the continued use of persecutions and the court system to deal with what some consider to be relatively minor breaches of the COVID directives. Other jurisdictions have been using ticketing systems as a quick and effective means of punishing. We're going to get punished now. Punishing individuals who break the rules, and we will therefore discuss with the Attorney General what ticketing system could be implemented in Barbados to deal with such things as the failure to wear masks in a public space and other similar breaches. Gooden Edghill said during a press conference. He just blowing smoke, man. People don't mind this. Don't listen to this crap. I mean, be honest, man. You gotta be a special kind of fool right now to be still tuning in to listen to these people talk this madness. I mean, really, some special kind of fool. Really a special kind of fool. You would have to be. I know it's April and everything, right? So maybe this April 1st thing joke is being extended to the whole month of April, because a lot of changes. Be on the Republic now, new constitution. So maybe, just maybe, April Fool's Day doesn't fall on the 1st anymore. Maybe April Fool Day extends throughout the whole month of April. It might be the new constitution. We don't know. We haven't seen it. So that's a possibility. They talk about slavery via digital ID. Look like cocaine eyes. Alex is too much. Alex said, Malik, you got cocaine eyes. Let me see if that's true. Anyhow, what I'm going to say is this, right, family? Anybody, and tell a friend, if they ever ticket you, listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very, very carefully. Write this down. You can quote me on this. If this individual right here that call himself, has been put as the Minister of Health in Barbados, implement a ticketing system, and you not wearing a mask should ever be ticketed, take it to court. Do not pay no fine. The ticket should have some way on it. If you don't pay by a certain, you'll be brought to prosecution, whatever. Go to court. Listen to what I'm telling you. Go to court. Go to court with the ticket. When you get to the court and they bring you in front the judge or whoever, this is what you do. Listen to me very carefully. When they ask you, how do you plead? If they do ask you how you plead, you tell them you are innocent. Don't tell them you're not guilty. They tell you, how do you plead? And then they tell you, guilty or not guilty. They give you two options. They ask you a question, then they give you options. But you are still entitled to answer the question yourself. So when they ask you, how do you plead, whether guilty or not guilty, your response is going to be, I am innocent. I am innocent. That's your response, first off the top. If they try to rope you in, guilty or not guilty, no, tell them, no, I can't prove that I'm not guilty, but I can prove my innocence. So you can't prove you're not guilty, but you can prove your innocence. And in so doing, you ask the prosecutor then, since you are violating the COVID protocols by not wearing a mask, ask him to bring proof to court that COVID exists. Ask the prosecutor who's prosecuting you for a ticket that's based on COVID. Ask, since everybody got a right to face the accuser, if I have violated a protocol because of COVID, ask the prosecutor to bring evidence to the court that COVID exists. Outside of the media telling you this, outside of the politicians and the prime minister and the minister of health and a bunch of other cats who don't have a clue what they're talking about, quite frankly. And I've proven that myself personally. I'm not, no, that personally I've proven that. Ask them to bring proof that COVID exists. Yeah, that's what you do. Because I know they can't produce any proof. I know that. If the judge has no proof that COVID exists, then a protocol that is based on COVID, which they can't prove exists, it would have to be fraudulent. In which case, I can't be paying a fine for a fraudulent ticket that doesn't exist based on information that they don't even have to prove. Y'all can thank me for that later, though. I'm just saying. Alex say innocent in French is guilty. In guilt. Send me the etymology on that, Alex. Double speak. That is not an option. I'm not sure what you're referring to. He's talking blues. His feet are too big for his shoes. He's like, yeah, he talking blue. That's crazy. I don't know. He just got new kid on the block, man. We're gonna have to break him in soft and slowly. Mia don't wear masks. She wasn't wearing one in Dubai, but then again, Dubai may have different restrictions. You see, this is all about restriction. Hear the word? Restriction. They call it the protocols. The protocols. We don't adhere to that protocol. First of all, on whose authority you give somebody protocol. You don't have no authority over nobody here, man. Remember, we didn't vote for you. So you don't have no authority over us. We, the 70%, are the governing body of Barbados. In this land, this territory, let me put it that way. Y'all control Barbados on paper. On paper, using security forces to enforce fear in the people. What happens when the people no longer fear your security forces? You're going to have a problem. And I think it's that time you have a problem. You better call Houston, because we ain't into that no more, my brother. In case you didn't get the memo, consider yourself informed, man. Politically incorrect. We get it correct, man. We ain't playing that. Y'all going to come to the table at some point and realize that 70% of this nation did not elect you. And if according to you, Mr. Minister, democracy is majority rule, well, the majority didn't rule in your favor. But you think you could keep perpetrating this fraud, like you run things because you have the inside lane. Nah, though. That's only for a time. And time is longer than twine, according to Aunt Rose. God bless Grand. Seriously speaking. But nevertheless, though, family, this is the position we holding now. So they're looking to get tickets to people. So I'm just saying to you, if they ever come around you with that foolishness, make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend. Don't even get scared. Don't worry. If they give you a ticket, don't go into court paying no fine or going to the station to pay no fine called fear of imprisonment or whatever. Take it to court telling you want to go to trial with this. You are contesting it. You are challenging it. And watch how fast that ticket disappear, because they cannot prove that COVID exists. If the larger countries can prove that, I don't see how Barbados is going to prove it. How are they going to prove it? The best Santos using amplification. You can't prove that with amplification. You can't. It doesn't show you COVID. So that'd be interesting to see how they prove that. Bring me an isolated virus to prove that. You can't tell me because you say so it's so. You can't tell me because the World Health say so it's so. You can't tell me. This is court now. You got to bring the evidence to court, not hearsay. To say the World Health say that is called hearsay. To say that Fauci said that is called hearsay. To say that you heard it from Bill Gates is hearsay. In court, hearsay is inadmissible. You have to bring the evidence. And because they cannot produce the evidence, trust me, there can be no ticket. Enough is enough, family. If I ain't, look, man, I'll be some special kind of fools. I tell you, man, to fall for this stuff, we would have to be special. But anyhow, family, I don't know. He want to speak to the Attorney General. How about y'all get that integrity bill on the corner of my brethren, let's do a forensic audit, man. Let's let corner my brother. Let me do the forensic audit for real, man. With Barbados seeing an increased number of positive COVID-19 cases, the minister urges persons to continue to wear their masks and to get vaccinated and boosted. You know what? You see the fear again now? Any bet you right? Because when does tourist season end? Somebody tell me, when is tourist season going to end? Notice, right, that they allow the tourists to come and do their field for the last 4 or 5 months, right? 6 months clear. Back from November and in the Republic, December, New Year's, January, February, cricket, March, no April Fools. All of a sudden now, cases. Vaccination and boosting are still the most effective prevention strategies against severe illnesses, severe illness, hospitalization, and death. You know what, man? I ain't even touching this, man. I will tell you one thing, though, family. At this point, right? At this point, in the whole scheme of things, everybody knows somebody who going through some real problems and complications since they've gotten this injection. And again, I ain't not advocating for or against. I'm saying to you, you need to start doing some research on your own, ask questions, and look into things because the writing is on the wall. Again, while we focusing on COVID, right? Let me tell you what's really going on. While we focusing on COVID and cases and vaccine, that's why I stopped kind of coming on here with that kind of. While we focusing on COVID, vaccines, and viruses and tickets, the system, right, behind your back, while you focusing on all this stuff, Will Smith and Chris Rock and everybody else in front of you going on, secretly, they're working on digitizing everything from the money to the job, the ID, license, for everything, putting you within a whole AI system, artificial intelligence world that they will control. And at some point, the artificial intelligence will control. Already, they're telling you what to do. You got one of them smart watches, the watch will ping. Yeah, it's time to start walking now. And most people who actually do that will get up and start walking. But we ain't paying attention. The banks, the cards, the credit cards, we ain't paying attention. I think what it is, right, is that we have been so overwhelmed with COVID and so distracted. I begin to realize that COVID is a distraction. Even when they come up and say stuff like this, so we're supposed to jump on this and focus on this. Like I tell you, I'm not even concerned with him and his rhetoric. Like, that don't even apply to me because he has no authority over me. So that don't apply to me. That's like us telling Putin to put his gun down. Like, you ain't got no say so in that. You can't tell that man nothing. You don't have no authority to tell that man nothing. Furthermore, you can't have you. Listen. So consider this like that. Consider you, and consider us Putin. You ain't got no say. You don't get to tell us what to do. Them days gone. They done. You don't seem to get that. Then again, sorry, Steve, my brother, what it is, right? We got to stop biting at these bones that they be throwing because the reality is that don't apply to us. And as far as Barbadians and Bajans, quote unquote, go, are we some special kind of fools? Well, guess what? I'll say this much. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice with a booster, shame on me. Full stop. And on that note, she would put Barbados in slavery in a heartbeat. No, she wouldn't, man. Barbados never left slavery, Steve. See, y'all, we got to stop blaming Mia. See, Mia, I don't know if you're watching this, right? I didn't see it in a while, though, by the way. I noticed the other day when you come election, you shout, but you ain't really shout me. You were talking to the other fella. Not that you had shot me or nothing like that, but you know you normally shot me when you see me. But I understand you can really people see that you and me, how we, you was coming one, yeah. I get that. But it would be nice to get you on politically incorrect. You already talk you for the people. Come and do an interview, Mia. I want your assistant to pass this message to you. Come on, politically incorrect. Let me have a little candid conversation. I mean, just a candid conversation on a serious note. And you can share with us some of your hopes and dreams and plans for Barbados. And perhaps maybe we could discuss some real pertinent issues. Because I know you get the blame for a lot of things. Like the devil. I know you get a lot of blame for a lot of things. Like the devil, get the blame. The devil made me do it. The truth is, it's not the devil. Pharaoh did not harden. Pharaoh did not say no to the Egyptians in Egypt to the Hebrews when Moses said, "Let my people go." Pharaoh didn't. He only did what God put in his heart to do. You see, at the end of the day, all we can ever really do is what we are divinely inspired to do. This is a chess game being played at a higher level than what meets the eye, family, and we got to stop jumping into the water trying to dog paddle across the ocean, man. Like for real. There's better ways to get across it than dog paddling. It might work. I don't know. You might not make it, get exhausted, but a boat might work better. A ship, submarine, plane. The point I want to make is, family, we got to look at this thing on a much broader lens. Mia Mottley cannot do nothing in Barbados without the consent of those that govern her and the island. We, the people, is the governing body. What has happened is that we have been sitting back too long. Everybody told Bajans this and Bajans that, Bajans passive, Bajans stupid, Bajans this and that, which is funny because most people saying that they ain't doing nothing either. I mean, that's my testimony. I mean, people come to, Bajans is Sunday Morse, this, Bajans that, and I be just telling myself, yeah, so what you been doing? I just here. So I only farm, man. Putting in work. I only farm. Putting in work. I really and truly, I don't know if it is a case where we actually understand that unless we really, like, put your hand to the plow, maybe pun intended in some instances, this ain't gonna work how we think it gonna work. We really got to put this work in, family. They ain't gonna do it for us. They're not gonna do it for us. That's the first thing. So we got to make sure we can do it for ourselves. I want to see how big this gonna come. Nah. I was looking at a picture real quick to see if I should post this, but I don't think I should post that at all. Will the vaccinated get a ticket too? Well, Jackie's answering the question here, Steve. What do you think? Will the vaccinated get a ticket too? Jackie, I'll be honest with you, right? I mean, I'm hearing stories from all over, and I have people personally that I know who going through it, and I just don't even know sometimes what to tell them. I just listen when they call. I just listen. I don't even, I just listen because, like I said, we have to be some special kind of fools at this point in time because, we know what's going on. We know exactly what's going on. It's been going on for a while. And the thing is, because we, the people, don't seem to get it. We think these people joking with us. We keep playing this role like maybe if we go along with it, I keep my job. Maybe go along with it, I could get to travel. A lot of people took it to travel. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to bring this up, but maybe I should mention it now that I'm here. There's this case where youngsters who want to go to compete abroad are now being told that they can't do it because, well, you know why. They can't go if they're not vaccinated. Although the Jamaica doesn't require them to be vaccinated. Now, there may be some logistics in between there that we don't have details on. The point I want to make is that they're not playing, family. We got to stop at some point and realize that you can't serve two masters. As much as they should not withhold and keep the children from doing certain things, unless you challenge them on a different level, it's almost like pointless. And Barbados is such where you could have the former attorney general go into court with legal grounds and presenting his case from a constitutional standpoint in law to court, and the court saying, "Nah, I don't see what you're talking about," and it right in front you in black and white. We understand we live in a nation, we live in a country where the former attorney general taking black and white legal constitutional violations in black and white to the court, and the court look at it and say, "I don't see what you're talking about," like it's Spanish. That's the kind of country we're living in. So you got to understand, family, 70% cannot sit back. You can't sit back. You sit back today for me, tomorrow for you. Law is not a blockchain, but a ball and chain will be on their ankle. They don't care about the vaccinated. You still inform and educate the people. All you can do is inform and educate them. That's a wrap. I heard there was an incident at the beach this weekend. A brother went down there to do a program of some sort on Sunday. I don't know the details from what I heard. I think there's a video on somewhere in Facebook, because I don't get those links anymore for some reason or the other. But I'll look into it. But from what I understand, that they had a gathering. And give me a second here. Let me see if I can go back. They had a gathering, and yeah, they had a gathering. And I'm trying to see if I can pick this up and stop it. Let me go back. Hang on a second. There you go. I don't think I ain't really sure what's going on here, but I ain't really sure what's going on. I'm not even touching it. Like, I can't even. I try to get my own live again. I cannot find my live at all. I don't know how they do this, man. They just technical difficulties, whatever. It's funny. But they had this thing on the beach, and from what I understand, what I gather, the brother and some folks were met with some security forces, which I don't understand how, but I don't mean like I don't understand how, but I do understand how. I overstand really how that we scheduled to meet, we amongst us, we gonna meet at this place, have this get together to discuss whatever. And as soon as we get there, this red stripe, this popo on the scene already. Like, yo, wait, hold up, how did that happen? You get a car accident in Barbados and call police, and then you gotta wait however long, they don't show up. Like, but yet here they are, like ready to roll, ready like Freddy. I can't get it. But anyhow, so I heard they had an incident, and they basically shut the brother down and shut him up. For doing what? For being on the beach talking. Good night, Justin. I see you. But anyhow, family, this is what's gonna happen, right? Like I show you. We gotta work this on a different plane. We gotta stop submitting to this so-called authority that isn't authority. It's only authority because you give it authority. What if you don't give it authority? What happens then? This is the question I've been asking ever since. If you're governed by consent and you choose not to consent, then what happens? And if it's 70% of the people who choose that route, what happens? Well, we're going to have to form a government. That's all. A real opposition. So that the opposition, which they're the opposition because we are the government, keep that in mind, they're the opposition, will have to come and figure out how we're going to work this thing, because they can't be allowed to continue this way. Finally, we have to come a whole election, and for amongst us, elect leaders to lead. Not these leaders that submitting to some world forum, whatever, and they scared to speak truth to power because they don't have the kahunas naturally to do so. That was a little play right there, but that might have over some people. Anyhow, man. Police were on the beach. Hold on. Police were on the beach telling the talkers that what they cannot talk about, or they will hold them like Val. That's what I don't know if they said that, if they said they're gonna hold them like Val, but man, Man, I don't even want to touch it, man. Like, the worst part about this whole thing is, in New York, you got police who live in Connecticut. You know what I mean? So they work in New York, live in Connecticut, live in Jersey. So when they do all this crap to you and leave, like you may never see them again. But most of these police live on the corner, like they're your cousin and stuff. Like, John, are you stop playing, man? And yet they have their quote unquote job to do. Why don't the police recognize that there's funds missing from departments and that needs auditing, a forensic audit, and have an investigation go into the missing funds to the tune of millions? Police don't get paid that kind of money. Y'all ain't interested in that kind of paper. Y'all just gonna be, doing what you're told for them little couple dollars they throw at you. I mean, for real. What's your life worth, Mr. Officer? What's your life worth? What's it really worth? Or you like the perks of the job? You might like the perks of the job more so than the job, because the job seemed pretty mundane. It seemed really monotonous, really. I mean, what, stop a minivan here and there. Anyhow, I know there's some of y'all on that understand where you're coming from here. If you feel some sort of way about what he's saying, it's probably you we're talking about, man. Because real man, I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. You ain't got to agree with the Rastaman, but if the Rastaman is right, he right. You ain't gonna like the Rastaman. More often than not, it might be mutual. But what he's saying is that you got departments of the government missing hundreds of millions of dollars, though. You don't feel that should be looked into? I mean, like, honestly speaking, Mr. Red Stripe, you telling me that for saying that you vex with me? But you must be getting some of that money, obviously. Obviously. But them days you can do as you like for as long as you like. You can do as you like, but you can't do it as long as you like. Barbados Constitution seemed to be replaced with the WHO, WTO, and WEF. Woe unto them. Greetings, my brother. Dominique in the building. Man. Right now, family, we really got to take this thing to another level. And I say that between us personally. You got to deal with yourself. They say you got to deal with yourself. We got to reach a point where we accept, like the brother was saying, Steve says, still got to teach the people. It's emphatically impossible to wake people who faking that they sleeping. It's emphatically impossible to wake people who pretending that they're sleeping. I used to think that Barbados, people they know certain things in Barbados. So you pull people one side and have a conversation. The average person you think, Ninja Man, y'all about Ninja Man could tell you what's going on right now in Barbados and will blow your mind. The average individual in Barbados, majority of people know what's going on. They're telling you 70%. It's only a minute few that submit to this thing and out the few, check it though, out of the few who submit is only an illusion of submission because they haven't really submitted. Like the ancestors, they playing a role, for their own personal gain, whatever that gain might be. They playing a role, family. Let's not be deceived by this thing. They know exactly what they're doing. Trust when I tell you. You have a conversation with some folks at work. I mean, I've spoken to people on all levels, man, from Coast Guard, Defense Force, police, postmen, government officials, men that work in Parliament directly. And guess what? People know what's going on here. People just trying to position themselves, man. So I know that the people all over. So the 70% actually have reinforcements within the 30%, It's just a matter of when, not a matter if, family. You want to see that people been scarce around here lately. Missing in action. MIA. I gotta stop, man. I hear cracking up myself, man. MIA, man. Missing in action, right? Anyhow, man. They added more drugs to the water. Your nose and tongue numb. Their brains and body are drugged. Listen, Alex, on a serious note, right? I was telling someone it got to be the water, family. It got to be the water. It got to be the water. It got to be something. Something. It got to be something. So I tell folks, drink rainwater, like the brother Alex keeps saying. I just got some water on the farm now. Yo, man, I did a well system for the runoff so it would catch the debris. Then I did an overflow, have it filtered to a filter system. Technically a filter system. Yeah. But anyhow, it's a filter system using a net-like material. Leave it at that. And anyhow, the water come out crystal clear, and it's so crisp and so fresh. It like, ooh, I feel like a beer down there when the day come. When it get warm, just take off everything. So let's go and bed between the trees and refresh oneself. Yeah, though. Bring that energy back into the system because it's living water, not this stagnant stuff they're dealing with. But anyhow, I just think they're double dosing the people. Steve, they're double dosing them because something ain't right. One perfect balance to you two, family. I hear sipping on some pineapple myself and some ginger. I supposed to have a guest on tonight. I think that was her. Just called me twice, but I heard it too late. I don't know if I could interject that at this point. It's actually a young lady from school. She's a student in sixth form, going back for some more CXCs. And the conversation we were having in terms of the issues at school and the challenges a lot of the youth are facing, she wanted to speak and elaborate eloquently enough on some of these issues. And I thought it was very brave of her to want to do so from a youth perspective. We ain't got a young person in our Senate. We got a young person willing to share the reality of what really goes on in some of these schools on a daily basis that parents may not even have a clue about. Thank God for the couple of videos, although we kind of castigate the children when they make these videos. The videos are testimony. It's a testimony of what really goes on. So as much as we condemn the videos, which is funny, we only vex because we get to see it. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on in videos that you don't see. Who condemns that? Who condemn those? Who put those in its proper perspective and get those youths the kind of help they need to, make some different decisions or wiser decisions. So what we're asking for is an out of sight, out of mind remedy for this situation. Well, you should do videos like that, Okay, but what lead the children to do this in the first place is the real question. Why are children saying suddenly to be so prone to violence, extreme violence? Why? Like, what's causing all this? Like, we don't think we should study this. We should wait to become somebody's son or somebody's daughter who is allegedly somebody to make it something. Nah, we gonna deal with it, man. So maybe we can pull her in on Friday night, see how that goes instead. Because Confession of a Teenager, you know what I mean? Confession of a Teenager was the direction we was going in. So we'll see how that goes. We definitely see how that go. But yeah, that would have been quite interesting as far as I was concerned. I think that. All right. I see you. All right, I got you. Yeah. Anyhow, family, I don't know if it is that we paying attention or, like I said, we just going through motions, but we have so many things to deal with right now, and our youth should be put up there with our priority. COVID, yes, they say is important, no problem. There are people who live in fear, people who are concerned about it, and it may very be something circulating at this point, not a problem. What I'm saying, though, family, is not to focus on one thing and neglect all the other issues that we are dealing with, and then we have a bigger issue on our hands for failing to recognize the leak in the basement that's now flood the whole place and compromise the structural integrity of the building. The broken window, the door, we can deal with those as isolated incidences because it's not that severe, because the case, like I said, The numbers don't reflect that severity. The cases in Barbados was never the issue in Barbados, because 98.9% of the people in Barbados who have had COVID went home, Mr. Minister. So stop trying to paint the picture of doom and gloom. You know, according to the words of your people, cut it out, man. They need to stop. Steve, I agree with you totally. Here's a student who was doing exceptionally well in her class, pun intended, but yet still affected by the everyday situations going on in school. How does she manage to stay focused and keep her mind concentrated on the things she has to achieve? It's not easy. A lot of things going on in the school that I'm telling you, if you saw videos about those or you heard about those, you be at the ministry up in arms. Up in arms. I'm talking about teachers paying girls in the school to have relationships. Let me put it that way. Paying both females and male students for favors in relationships at school. No, I don't know, man. See the videos, right? Be exposing what's really going on, you know. And that's be the issue. Not that what's going on, they concerned with that, you know, because that's been going on and nobody don't say nothing. When the videos get out, is it when somebody want to say something. So the issue isn't what's going on, it's the video that expose what's going on. We don't want what's going on exposed. We want it to be kept in hush hush. That's what's up. So it's the hush hush that they want to keep it in, not the content of what's going on behind the scene. But anyhow, family, we got a lot of work to do. And I think, like I said, let's focus on the remedies rather than simply just, you know, speaking about the issues and pointing fingers and all that other stuff. Let's focus on how we can help our youth and all this other stuff rather than be, you know, the fear mongering going on and got people in panic and all kind of madness. Nah, we ain't dealing with that science. It's not a school, it's an indoctrination camp. Be that as it may, and I totally agree with you, a lot of folks see it as, you know, that's the only place, that's all I know. We discussed Monday how the church pretty much owns all the schools in Barbados and was the first place to own the schools in Barbados. So you know what the agenda was of the church. It was the same agenda it was in the beginning, a way to civilize the heathens was the word. Because you got to understand, family, the individuals who coming from a Christian perspective, unless you were like them, they saw you as a heathen. You were considered a heathen, you know, someone who needed to be civilized in the name of Jesus Christ. That's what they saw you. So the church felt that they were beating the devil out of your children. After all, you African spirits are wild and free. And we can't have that now, can we? We have to break that into something that we could use your strength, your wisdom, your intelligence, your creativity to our advantage, not to yours. We'll benefit and take the profit from it. You just keep doing what you're doing and be happy to be my friend. Yeah. Yeah. We need to keep it in context, family. You know what I'm saying? So politicians, yeah, politics. I know it go crazy. It's a case where, family, we really have to recognize that we've been dealt a raw deal, and the only person who will save us from this is us. So we have to focus on solutions. We have to identify the problem and focus on the solution. Can't just be talking about the problems for the sake of talking about the problems. Right? So that's my 2 cents, man. That's my 2 cents. I want to open up real quick. I'm going to post this. Give me a second. Copy this. Yeah. I just post the link to the platform in the chat. Some folks were telling me they want to come on. I just posted the link to the studio, the live studio. If you're interested in coming on and speaking your truth, you got a few minutes to hop on in and speak your truth. I just posted the link. It works better in Chrome, by the way. It's just a compatibility issue. If you're using a browser, whether your phone, your tablet, or computer, it's best to launch this program through Chrome. It works way better. If you try something else, you may have all kind of problems, and I not be allowed to, I may not be able to let you in, or you may not be able to hear yourself, vice versa. So tell a friend to tell a friend, family. Politically incorrect. We write Bizak. Yes. Oh, that seemed kind of cool, Yeah, my little thing going on there, man. I like it. I like it. I like it. So we open up this chat now, this live now, to bring folks in to share their truth. And I find that people just ask me to do this. I'll put the link up and I'll sit back and be like, I'll be getting messages. I'll be getting messages like, yo, well, come on in. Don't message me. Click on it. But like, yo, I'd be shy. Like, oh man. It's like a call-in program. Y'all be more comfortable calling in. But if you're gonna call in and you don't want to show your face, then that's something else. That's not a problem if that's what the case is. If you camera shy, that's not a problem. That is not a problem. Greetings to you too, Art in Motion. Greetings to you too. You got to check that joint. Let me see where you can find that joint, because you had sent me that before. Let me look for that joint. I love it. Yeah, I love that joint you had put up before. Here we go with this. I don't even know who this is. Wait, you know what? Let me see. Art in Motion. Yeah. I was looking for the attachment, but I ain't seen it. They said the attachment is unavailable. I was looking for it. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. Yeah, family, come on in. Come on in. I'm telling you. Let me see. 9/11. Wow. Not sure if this is it or not. Let me see. This is a strange one though. A real strange one. 7. I'm not sure who that is. I'm not sure. I'll call for it. I can't talk right now. I'll call for it. Anyhow, family. So seeing so everybody camera shy, that's what we're gonna do. Zamoni, greetings, greetings. Jamoni say I'm there smiling. Nice. Light up the world. Light up the world. Light up the world. That's what we're here to do, family. Just light up the world, man. Light up the world. That's it. Light it up. Light it up. All right. Well, here what to do. This is what you're gonna do, man. I'm gonna drop this here. Tell me. Should I put this? Tell me. I wanted to share this, but I think I'm gonna leave this for Friday because I don't have all the details on it, and I am not sure. Every day is something else, man. Every day is Not camera shy. I'm cooking and listening in. You can't. You see, not camera shy. Okay. Phil, I see you. Shalom to you too, brother. Just getting in. Okay, no problem. I had posted the link earlier. I know you're not camera shy though, Phil. I know that for sure. I know that for sure. But like I said, family, the focus has to be where we going as a people. You can't be distracted in this time. This thing done gone too far. It's on a whole different level. They got their plans, digital currency, new currency coming, new IDs coming, new all kind of stuff coming. Meanwhile, we still battling with COVID, mass injections, vaccines, and a bunch of other wax foolishness. School children, all kind of madness, and we are losing ground on other levels in other areas because we are being distracted totally. Will Smith, Chris Rock, fake slap crap, and that's what's going on. I mean, that's what's going on. That's just what's going on. So it goes to show you, man, focus on what's important, what has to be done. You know what's going on, you know what has to be done. Just focus on that. Totally. I'm having problems. Try Chrome. It's the only thing you can use. If you use something else, it won't work. It won't work effectively. All the fear mongering and stuff. I mean, the brother came out talking about they're gonna be ticketing people. So I know people are like, not me, boy, put my mask before you get a ticket. I mean, nah. But the sister not supposed to come in this evening. I really, really look forward to that because I'm telling you, man, that would make a whole different conversation happen. I don't know if people realize it or not, but the reality, the fact is, the focus has to be on what needs to be done. We can't entirely, not that we are not going to, but we can't be so consumed by their wrongdoings that we forget to put things in place and put things in place so that when they implode fully, we could pick up and hit the ground running. Failing to do so will basically be that we find ourselves like any other country whose government imploded, not ready. And to be not ready, let's keep in mind, right? There are communities amongst us who might be more ready than ours. Warning. We have apparently not one, but two clandestine warriors joining us. Somebody's going to have to mute their secondary mic or their platform if it's on. Just mute that mic or mute that song, I should say, the replay, so that everything runs smoothly. Good night, family.
Night, family.
Greetings, Alex. You here? All right. Welcome. Y'all all know politically incorrect. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
More Steve.
Look like UNC.
I can hear you good.
You look UNC a comb in a while though. England got you looking like you hibernating, man. What's going on up north, man?
Man, what comb? What you talking about? Rasta don't use comb.
I like it. It looked lovely. It's a start.
There's no comb to use here, fella.
That's a good. Well, there you go. I'm looking at you. Look like you're hibernating, man.
Oh yes, it's well past me bedtime.
Wait, fair enough. It's good to have you plugging in from all the way up north.
Oh yes.
You're here for a reason. Share with us.
Well, I'm just looking at the situation. It's turning out any little island, and I'm amazed with it to see the talk being, the intimidation of the public, because it looked like an intimidation tactic. It's not fear anymore. Fear becomes intimidation. Then from intimidation, it becomes force. You know, somebody got to stand up. That's what it's looking like to me. Those words ain't gonna drop unless somebody, you know what I mean, have that in the pipe works.
Right.
So this is where we got to open our eyes and see. Let's look at the whole world. You know, I've been posting. I sent some people there a link today to a post, fella called AJ Roberts, and he was speaking to Senator Malcolm Roberts from Australia, and he spelled out everything and what's going on in the background that we are not seeing. You know, from the so-called deadliest virus all the way down to the money thing and the Ukraine nonsense. You know, I'm seeing Bajans, I'm seeing people up there in Barbados talking about supporting Ukraine and doing this and doing that, but they are not even supporting their own. Okay, you go and support other people when you're not supporting your own. You know, it's utter madness. That's the madness I'm seeing. You know,
Well, you know, you're going to get all kinds. It takes all kinds. It takes all kinds.
well, it's more looking now like a clown show to me, to be honest with you. The beer clowns in control. That's
It's
what
always been close. It's always been close in control. That has never changed. It has never changed. It was never like a no thing. What happened is that we are now, you'll find that people are now perhaps paying more attention. But that has always been the case. We can go back to the point where I said on Monday, you know, we accepted a Westminster form of government.
No. We did not accept a Westminster form of government. A Westminster form of government was trusted on us.
No, it wasn't trusted. They accepted that willingly. They couldn't
No,
wait.
no. They didn't. Because the people didn't accept that. That's what the politicians tell you. It's not what the people accepted.
The people accepted it because they did nothing, Steve. That's the point they're going to keep hammering home. We could talk that language back and forth. The reality is this. If they had an issue with it then, the time to do something would have been then when she was in a little motorcade car or whatever they was doing. That would have been the time to do it. Right then.
Yeah, but
not
when you don't know what you're getting into, how can you do something about it?
Well, there you go. When you don't know. So, like I said, they accepted it out of ignorance. Out of ignorance. Because if we knew, I am certain we would have never done so.
That is true.
Never done so. But we got the other more with us. We got the more man with us, Alex himself. Welcome to Politically Incorrect. And you're not a stranger here at all. As a matter of fact, one of our first guests on here would have been you. The mama would have been the first guest on Politically Incorrect. I think the second would have been you. Who owns the land? Who owns the land would have been the question I think we had asked back then. You remember that? You remember that program? Who owns the land?
Yes.
That was deep. That was deep, bro.
But it was
about a year. That was about a year ago.
Yes, that was a lot of information. Too much for people to digest because they never heard about it.
Like what Steve just said, they did not know, and that's the truth.
That's correct.
Well, the problem is, it's not in any of the educational books. Mm-hmm. It's not in the CXE. It's not in the PhD. It's not in the University of the West Indies at Cave Hill campus or whatever. All this information, like I keep saying, 100 years of history was removed. So they had to remove about 300 people and the documents that supported these people, including Mia Motley's grandfather. They had to remove all of that so that we don't even talk about it no more. So much to the fact that she removed her father from Barbados. Remember when she went and made him a sir? And then the first thing that came up in the paper, Owen Arthur, former prime minister, versus Sir Motley. So both of them were in the front of the paper to push the name and the narrative. And when I started calling his name or his father's name all the time, they just remove him so that that name don't even come up to push me off.
So where is he now?
Well, we don't know. We always made jokes that he was over in the Caymans counting money, and so that he could fly with immunity
Man,
by having her on a passport.
touch this. You can't make this stuff.
Oh God.
Look, bring me the. I want to see some pictures of him in Cayman, man. Bring me some behind the scene footage or something, man. Him in the room with a money machine or something. We got to take this thing to the whole different level, man. The brother said 21 to 30% of the people still waiting to hear from the 70 to 75%. Facts.
He might be in Dubai.
Facts, man.
He might be
Elections in Barbados.
Dubai.
Elections in Barbados. Reality is it was a hoax.
Hey, that was not an election.
Like
that was just a selection, a reselection.
But they're supposed to think about it. In a corporation, the employees don't really have much say in who the directors are. The owners and whatnot appoint people that they know they could work with. What I'm suggesting is that the employees didn't show up to the staff party. So that's why they know that they have an internal issue. So the question now is, what are the employees going to do? They're going to boycott the business? So they don't know that. That's what they're uncertain about. But while we on here, almost like up front, there are people in Barbados who are not speaking, and they're quiet warriors, and they're positioning themselves and putting things in place.
That's correct.
You know, so let us not fool ourselves because you think, well, not me, boy. I ain't doing that because that's okay. Because this ain't for everybody. Gideon's army. It might be better that some people do stay home and watch from TV. But
Emmanuel,
believe you me, there are people in various places across Barbados just waiting. Just waiting.
think about it. Think about it. We got one life to live. And when are we going to stand for something or fall for anything?
Well, right now in Barbados, believe it or not, Barbadians are at a point where people having enough. Again, people may not come out and say this on the platform. They may not go down to the beach. They may not even show up to a walk because we don't protest. We're not protesting anything. We have claimed our rights. We have regained our consciousness. We know who we are, and we're exercising our sovereign rights. Then nobody could take that from you. I mean, nobody. Imagine a man telling a man he can't talk. Imagine a man telling another man he cannot talk. You cannot talk. If you talk, they're gonna lock you up.
He's a dictator. He's a dictator.
He's a bully.
He got something to hide.
Listen, he ain't a dictator. He's a bully.
They have a lot to hide.
You know how you deal with bullies, right? You know you deal with bullies, right?
Stand up to them.
Yes, well, you could do that. You can stand to them on the spot if the odds are in your favor. I would suggest that is a good move, indeed. But if the odds are not in your favor, just catch you when he ain't looking, though.
Oh yeah.
You catch him when he ain't looking. When he ain't got the crowd, you see, you catch him by yourself. When he ain't got the crowd. So you deal with bullies.
Yeah, because the only bullies when they got a crowd anyway.
What I'm saying, if there's a law, if they're saying that there's law and rules and protocols, if they claim that, then why only apply to some and not others? And if so, how come you can only enforce this but can't enforce that?
Wait, 1 minute.
In which case, you don't have no authority. You can't have authority.
How come there's a law and they're not going around with leaflets, giving people these leaflets?
No. Let's give it to them. Let's give it to them that there is a law. Let's just say they do have whatever they call a law that they operate under. How comes then it only applied to some of the others? Let them clarify that, because if you're claiming that you can only do this but you can't do that, it means you really don't have authority. You really don't. So that I don't have to listen to you.
But that's why they're using enforcers, is it?
He's a big rock candidate. He's a big rock candidate. It's funny. I know. Look, you can't make this stuff up. Listen, I love my people here. So I love this rock. I love this rock. I love the people in this rock. I know they think the people sleeping. The people is sleeping. The people waiting. Patiently. Alex always talk about the land and the issue with the land. A lot of people right now fed up with all the kind of madness going on. Fed up with it.
Well, most people don't understand.
There's nothing being done in Barbados, you know. I was there earlier till last month. And the more I go around, Barbados look like like when a dog get ran over and turned on the back and dead. That's what Barbados look like to me.
But
Nothing happening.
You see, but you coming from England, so that's probably why. But me, I see something totally different, man. Totally different. I feel like a sculptor. I see so much potential in this rock right here. Good. I meet people every day. But up to yesterday, so I met a young lady and never saw her before in my life. Probably would not see her again. I don't know. My point is that there are a lot of beautiful people in Barbados, my brother. It depends on where you go. And I said
you're going to see her every day.
I said it to say that. What I said it to say is that understand that the people have been subjugated for such a long time. They have accepted the norm as normal. But for you, for you ain't gonna see it like that. You're gonna recognize what's all about what's this going on here, X, Y, and Z, because you're coming from a whole different perspective. Most people never even left Barbados to even see an alternate perspective. Alex, for example, then seeing the world, then went to war, kind of stuff, has a different eye. When you see these politicians, Alex, you speak on it all the time. You see right through it. You see through it from the go.
Of course. And this is why we need to share this perspective with people that have never been anywhere yet, so that they would see a different perspective as well.
Agreed. But you can't give a baby meat, no matter how you try.
Exactly.
You got to give them that milk, man. Alex, what do you think?
Well, there's a lot of echo, so I have to wait till the double voices talk.
You have another system running?
Yeah. Let me hear the question again.
No, I'm saying in terms of, well, let me put it to you this way, because you always speaking about the people in Barbados. I see you out there in the community. I have witnessed you out there in the community doing presentations, putting information up, different maps and stuff, inviting people to come and look for themselves. So when people come to you and they see stuff that they have never, ever seen before, I think Malcolm X said it, yeah, you have to be very careful how you introduce truth to people who have never heard it before in their life. Because rather than giving them meat that might choke them and turn them away, you got to give them milk. So when you out there dropping your science, how do you find the response of the people? Like when you out there doing your presentation, how do you find people respond to what you were saying, the information you were saying?
Yeah, a lot of people is surprised. It's more like unbelievable. How can this be? Why we haven't heard this before? How come we can't find what you're saying? Some will look at me like he's brave enough to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Nobody is shutting him down. But then how does it relate to our everyday living? And they cannot yet make the connection to understand how society works, how the banks work, how buying things bigger than a car work. They haven't been taught how to fully live and to use the full benefit of a bank. All they know is cash their check, put a few dollars in, use
pay your bills, pay your bills.
That's it. They don't know anything else. They don't know how to gain wealth. So it's like a new thing to them. And then they go to the government for the government to help them. Like say with the UDC. So if they went to the UDC and they paid their money, all they would basically do is sit down there, they meet the owner, they meet the UDC, they would get their papers for the land that they're on, and then they pay a land tax bill. That's all they know. But like in America, you gotta get a credit score, you gotta do your taxes for the last 2 or 3 years. You have to have you have to show where you work. You need history. Everything that you do to get money from a bank, you need history, whether it's a medical history, from your date of birth, you need your address, your driver's license. There's so much things that they need.
Right.
No,
so everything is shortcut for them when they're doing what they're doing, and then everything is made easy for them by way of a lawyer. So the lawyer said, "Don't worry about it, I take care of it." But they don't even know what other fees is added on to what they're doing, and how they drag things out to make it long. In America, within 90 days, you will have a deed in your hand. You have it recorded, and you move on with your life. You gain your equity, and you gain your money. You gain your wealth. Working 9 to 5.
Listen,
9 to 5 can't build wealth, right? So they have everybody trapped in a pen like a sheep, and now they want to release the sheep down to Guyana.
There's a lot more to that Guyana transaction than we could begin to imagine.
Yeah, but I'm just making a little joke about it.
I like that. You funny. You funny. You're not known for your jokes, but you're funny. Steve, you want to say something, Steve? What time is it? You want to say something, Steve?
When I went there, when I moved back, to be honest with you, I contact a prominent insurance company there that I still got the text messages on my phone through WhatsApp. It was like 10 miles long just to get a little bit of insurance for a vehicle. I couldn't believe it that you need to submit all of this sort of information. It's not like here in England, you know, where that is 5 times 6, you know, bigger than Barbados, and you go this place, you can move and live this place and thing. But you got to submit all this information. I mean, I'm a man at 50, 51 years old, and they're telling me I need to get this and that from my mother. When I'm a Barbados citizen, you know, which is all madness. Why do you need to go through all of that torture just to get a little bit of insurance or even pay a bill?
You had a rough time in Barbados. So coming back home, was that the first time you came back home for a while?
No. I was always coming back on holidays.
Or you would just visit and go and head back north?
Yeah, I just jump in and jump back out.
Okay. But then you came and got your feet, ankles, waist up to your chest wet. Though you're like, nah, they looking to drunk you, huh?
No, I was bloody drunk. I was drunk. It was all up here.
Oh man, look, Barbados is a special place, you know. Let me tell you something.
Special.
On a serious note, it's special, but we in a special kind of food. Because let me tell you something. As a people, right, I'm telling you, Barbadians are brilliant. They're brilliant people. What has happened, however, is that we have been quiet for far too long. So you get them an inch. My grandmother always said, "Give a person an inch." Okay, then.
Get him a jackass and read it to hell.
They've been taking a mile. We give them an inch. They've been taking a mile. We give them so many inches. They took 166 square miles. So the problem is we don't have nothing else to give. So what's going to happen at this point, Steve, and Alex, I'm sure he agrees, because the land deal, Alex ain't letting that go. They ain't going to just up and disappear. Period.
And so it shouldn't. I agree with Alex.
It can't. And at this point, with nothing else left, we're going to have to start taking back the inches that we gave out, because we have nothing else to give, Steve. Nothing else.
Exactly. You've got to start taking it back.
Take back what is rightfully ours, because they're not looking to hand it back. As a matter of fact, let me go one more step further. I noticed, right, and don't get me wrong, because the last time I made this statement pertaining to some Indians, like I said, someone ran and told people I know that I racist, I hate Indians. I'm like, come on, what sort of dumb shit is that? But I noticed a lot of the European or the Caucasians, let me use a different term, Caucasians coming into Barbados now. They're not renting villas and going back to Canada. They're not renting hotel rooms and guest houses. They're buying property and building these elaborate-looking homes. There's a word called gentrification. Now, we might hear that in passing. As a matter of fact,
that is not gentrification. That is land destruction.
Well,
not
again,
gentrification.
I would rather put it in a politically correct term, because land destruction might not sync well with some folks. What do you mean by land? How they destroy the land? They're only building a house. You see what
Barbados is in the same situation.
You know what, Alex? When you call it radio station, they tell you turn off your radio. You call it station because the radio is a delay.
1913, South Africa is Barbados right now. What was going on in 1913 in South Africa?
Yes, yeah. Alex. Yeah. You got it, Steve.
No, let me say something.
Let him finish. Go ahead, Alex. Let me finish. Go ahead, Alex.
It's the same rules and laws that Barbados is running under. So when you need the reconciliation, when you have the reconciliation down in South Africa, that is what you have here. And if you look at it, we're going through the same thing. We need a reconciliation in Barbados with what they did, with how they took the land and gave it back to the people that sold it. So you can't sell something and then come back and take it back from them years later and give it to people that didn't even work to buy it. So how is it that they took over Barbados from the indigenous? It took us about 200 years to learn, to understand what they did. And then we say, you know what? Okay, we can't fight them and take it. So we're going to buy anything like on a monopoly board that is open that we land on, we're going to buy. So we buy. And then they say, you know what? You got too much. So we're going to do now, we're going to take it back from you, remove the records so that everybody who talk about it is now a lunatic, right? So like I was saying before, I put it on this level, the amount of money that Barbados feel that England owe them for reparations, the reparations bill to the Barbadians from this government, the BLP and the DLP, and everybody who ran in office during that last 55 years owes more money to the people of Barbados than the money that's supposed to come from England for reparations, right? Even if we say, forget the reparations from England, government of Barbados, all the money that you stole since 1966, give it back to the people, put the records back to where they were when the records were there in November 29th, 1966, you will see a big difference.
Well, Alex,
that's how it is.
You and I both know that they're not going to do that. I mean, not being a skeptic.
All we have to do is when the people of Barbados wake up and vote them out one time, just one time, everything goes.
We need to get fresh eyes and fresh ears and fresh hands on the books, on the records. But the thing is, it won't matter. They'll rather burn it first than let you discover what they have done. And we need to understand that, because what they have done also is make sure they surround themselves with enough individuals who would have gotten some of the same crumbs to sustain themselves, to act as the buffer before you can get to them. So we understand how that is set up. What we really need to do on one level is recognize that we need to build our own thing and do our own thing. That's gonna work itself out in the long run. There's a new age upon us. There's an age of revelation here. Everything that was hidden will come to light. You don't have to do nothing to them. They're going to do it to themselves. Believe you me, whether through legal system, prison, health. You know that health, listen, you know there's worse things than death though, man. I mean, on a serious note. So we're not going to sit here and study on, yes, Steve.
Let me tell you something. Death is not bad. Don't let me get tired with that. Death is a wonderful thing.
No, I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm not even debating that. I don't know that with the death as a Rasta man. I don't deal with death. I live in.
Exactly.
I've never had the death experience, so I don't know what death is about. But what I'm saying is that we know how that is set up. Our focus is what we got to do for us as a people, our children, or women, or elderly, because they're not doing it. And that's not their job to do, though. The problem is we have been looking to them to do something that they don't have a portfolio to do. It is our responsibility as people, especially as men, to do what we have to do. Okay, so yes, men are more disproportionate in society than women, although it looks the other way around. That's not the truth. The point I want to make is that, see all this land? Why do you think they sell land so expensive? Not because it's so expensive, because they know that you can't afford it. They know that amongst the people in Barbados, who can afford what? They already know. They know very well. Like Alex just said, you want to go to the bank to get a loan to build this house? You want to buy that house, a mortgage? Okay, go bring XYZ, keep going. By the time you finish your checklist, look, insurance, by the time you finish your checklist to get the mortgage to buy the house is like, you know, I better off rent
and walk away.
Get up and walk away. It's only meant like, what they tell you, you don't qualify.
Yeah, that's the word to frustrate the agents.
So what it is it's a game. It's a game, but we have been playing it for so long. We think it's normal. Well, guess what? Like Alex said, Monopoly. What happens, right, when y'all finish playing Monopoly? The pieces, the money, the cards, the board itself don't go all back into a box.
Yep. That's what's happening now.
So let me just stop playing then. How that sound? Let me just stop playing this game. This game.
That we just need to stop doing.
Let's just stop playing the game and let's get on with our natural indigenous life with our sovereignty intact. Ants feel about it. Because that's where we're at. And family, is hour and a half you on here. It's time to wrap it up. It's good to see you, Steve. Before you go, give us a final comment.
You too, Sir Alex.
Final comment. And Alex, before you go, give us a final comment.
And notice what I said to Alex as well. Sir Alex.
You said Sir Alex?
Sir Alex.
I call him Ross Alex, man. I won't call him Sir. I will call him Sir.
So general, man. You guys.
The general. Good to see you too, Steve. And shout out the family as well, the young ones. I know that England time. What time is it there now? Like what time? 2 o'clock?
2:45.
T-dog bread. All right, go get some rest, Bob. We can shout you the AM.
Yeah.
Alex, talk to us, man. Alex, if you don't turn off that headphone, I telling you. Alex on the delay.
Yeah, very good delay. I see a bright future for Barbados, no matter.
Indeed.
No, who, me? I have something wrong. What I'm saying is, okay, let me keep talking there. I see a bright future for Barbados. And eventually, when the people get tired, because the DLP went through 2 elections, and they got sick of the Barbadians in the government. And then what they did was they went and got another. They removed them. Then after they removed them, they went and got the BLP in. And they always said, well, we can't do it in 1 term because of the amount of people and the amount of time that they did what they did. We need 2 terms to get through it. Okay, fine. Now they're in their 2nd term, whether it's 5 and 5 or 3.5 and 4. I am still happy that we're having an early election, because if we had to wait till 2023, most of the people probably might be dead by then, so they can't vote. So they had to get the votes before they died. And then the next election would have been in 2028. So now where it's going, we're going to have one in 2027 or early 2026, depending how things are going, right? So right as of right now, we don't have to wait till 2028 for an election. We at 2027, or worst case, or better case, 2026. So that's still saving them a year or a year and a half before we would have to wait normally. So we're having a sooner election. And I think by then, once the wars over in Ukraine and Russia and all this thing is done, and everything is exposed even more, during this period of time, there's a possibility that Trump may get back in. Now, people say that they don't like Trump. Now, the thing is, if you got 2 white governments fight against each other, you had a white government fighting against each other, white man versus white man. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I look at Trump as being a white man that they look down upon and made it very difficult for him to do business. He got involved in what's going on. The military got him to run, to expose deep state. So now he knows what deep state is doing. And all the years I've been in America, it may sound funny to people, but I was the most comfortable under Trump in America because Trump had the white people, the white criminals on the run. He had them on the run. I used to sit back and breathe. I look up in the sky going through New York, New Jersey. There were no chemtrails, which was always spraying the clouds and the skies all the time. You can even see the clouds of the atmosphere. All you saw was chemtrails. And it was just a big breeze. Me and my brother and the rest of the guys up there, we was like very relieved. And we just sat back and watched the white guys fight each other. Now, what happened is, I keep telling people this was World War IV. And they were, so what do you mean World War IV? I said, well, so I said World War III started when World War IV ended. And the war was against us, people with melanin, around the world, constantly, all the time. War on drugs, war on this, war on that, war on our color, war on our rights, everything. So now, in Ukraine, now they're fighting white versus white war. 4. I don't call it world wars, white wars. And now that they're killing each other, just because they got blonde hair and blue eye and they're middle class, and this shouldn't happen to them, only the people in Africa with dirt floors and everything. So they're now killing off each other. Nobody can get to America, but all of a sudden now 100,000 Ukrainians can get into America because over 1 million people already passed away. And when you check the scoreboard, you will see that whatever they plan for us is affecting them more than us. If you guys go to the scoreboard and look at all the European nations and see how many people are dying between France, England, America, Ukraine, Russia. I mean, Russia is better off to invade and do a war than to have their people get sent home and die. People then look at the logistics of it, because on one side of Russia, you have China. China closed the borders down in December of 2019. That's when I booked my ticket, because I know it's about to go down. On the other side, and they lost 500,000 or 600,000 people, and there was no war. On the other side of Russia now, you have Ukraine, and they got all of these chemical labs and everything over there, and they don't want that coming into Russia, so they were trying to knock out Russia. When you look at the map, what's between Russia and China? Mongolia. And they're sitting there quiet like a cheeseburger, ain't saying anything. They got a piece of bread above them, which is Russia, a piece of bread below them, which is China, and they're just sitting there nice and quiet. So this is a proxy war for the United States to take out and test all their weapons, with the Ukrainians taking out their tanks, their airplanes and everything, beat down their numbers. And when you back up Russia into a position where they feel that they're going to lose any type of war, they're going to push the button and they're going to take them out. All right. And they probably will take out rest of Europe and send the submarines over to America and launch those submarines with the nuclear weapons on them, because they keep talking about this supersonic flying over and over. The submarines is already the Atlantic and the Pacific. So people really don't understand what's going on here. And if they're finding children, and Putin is given the idea that he is saving all these children, that's like his new mission, and they're telling everybody what's really going on from our point of view. Listen, man, I'm all for the children. You know, I don't like the war. I don't like the killing, because they can fix what they're doing. I believe and know there's a distraction, because they didn't kill enough so-called black people as much and as fast as they wanted to, and their numbers are still diminishing. So I mean, I guess saw something today where it says that they knew that they was gonna kick off on this war because America raised their imports from Russia for their oil by 43%. And then they're holding back and acting like there's a oil problem, just so they could jack up the prices to pull more money from you. So then they have to take you into this Bitcoin blockchain type thing, you know, like they put a part of it there in Jamaica, where they're telling you that they're giving them 2,500 Jamaican dollars, which is like 15 or 16 US dollars to start them off in a bank account. That's the bait for the hook, right? And everybody's gonna wake up broke. If your phone ain't charged or your power is off or the internet is down, you're not gonna eat. So that is why I keep asking people on your show to please watch Life in Debt. What they did to Jamaica with Mali when he was there. They're trying to do that with Barbados. The farmers in Barbados, I will call you right now. I'm going to call you a bunch of idiots. If you take your black belly sheep and you sell them or you transport them down to Guyana, because they're going to put you out of business. They're going to put you out of business. And then what are you going to do? right? Then once they go out of business, they're going to turn around and say, well, the fuel went up, so the mutton or the lamb or the sheep meat got to cost more tax, more VAT, more port charges. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to get squeezed. If they want this type of meat, let the farmers increase their yield. Give them more land. There's a lot of grass on the side of the road that they cut all the time. Put it in the truck and bring it to them so we can do everything from here.
Well,
Their
look at it this way, Alex.
Barbados.
Look at it this way, Alex.
That is it.
Alex.
Because
look at it this way.
When the war is done, they're going to run from over there to Barbados. All the white people are running over here now, so the prices are going to go up.
Look at it this way, Alex. Look at it this way. If you think about it, right? And I overs what you're saying, totally. And I do know that there's more in the Guyana deal than meets the eye. The reality of the fact is that a lot of things in Barbados needs to be put in place in order to secure Barbados going forward. And this is why I've been saying and keep saying and will keep saying that the 70% can no longer sit back. Because in sitting back and watching today for me, tomorrow for you, a lot of people are not aware of a lot of the things that you just said. Some may know these certain things on one level, but as far as at home in Barbados is concerned, a lot of people are not aware that even the farmers, right now, farmers are lamenting about a number of different things. The Ministry of Agriculture and the other sectors, again, we could go on and point out all the wrongs that they're not doing. Like I said, we, the people, have to deal with these issues, because if we sit back and assume that the government is going to do it, they're not. They're not. So it's a matter for us to do what we got to do now and move forward. Full stop. But before you go in deeper into Ukraine conversation, you have to come on. Wait, hold up. What time is it? And do your own thing. And that's just the reality.
They're not. The government
it can't happen no other way. So
the government
give us a parting word. A parting word. Lord, the word, not sentence, not paragraph, word.
Life.
Perfect.
The parting word that I'll say is life. The thing that you got to protect right now is your life. Life. Protect your life. Your life. Without your life, there's no economy, there's no health, there's no nothing. Life. Right? Use your head, protect your life. After we protect our life, then we can continue to go after them. But stay mentally awake and conscious for what they're doing, and know that they're using a system to come after you. So maintain your life, your family, your friends, because their criminality is still going to be there after this is over, and we'll be ready for them.
And that's the point I want to hit home, because that's the part. And I hear a lot of people talk about all the conspiracy theories, whether it's a theory, conspiracy or not. We could go through all the lists, from the rain, the make the rain. But at the end of that conversation, like I always tell people, what are we going to do for the people who don't know nothing about this? Because it's okay to give them the information. Then what? You think a lot of people really know that Bitcoin, this stuff is going to collapse, go there, they're going to get robbed? You think they actually know that? That they need to figure out how they want to strategize their own money in the bank before it becomes digital and become locked out, because they just get locked out because the system decide that you have done this wrong or you have not eligible to do this. It is artificial intelligence. This war we call a war, ain't it really about man and man, whether it's white man or black man. At the end of the day, this is going to be artificial intelligence controlling man. It's already being done. Between the cell phone, everybody got a cell phone, and your cell phone is tied to your hip. A person leave their cell phone home, they'll turn the car around and more often not go right back to get it. It's like they can't be without it. Like I said, your watch tells you what to do. Everything tells you what to do right now. Everything. So while all this is going on, the bigger picture is full control. Full control. So keep man fighting, keep man divided. And I had that video to play, but like I said, I'm going to hold on to that stuff to Friday. Yeah, because what they're doing now is downloading people memory into artificial intelligence. But they're claiming that, is so that you can cherish, your loved ones. You can cherish them forever in this artificial form. Nah, that's not what that is. So we know what the overall scheme is, because A machine ain't gonna have no feelings towards you one way or another. So all the aiming to disrupt the countries and all this stuff, destabilize the nation and stuff, all that is to force you into accepting some alternate form of control. Because you think the system don't know these Caribbean politicians corrupt? You think they don't know what they be doing? They do want to encourage them to do it. They be encouraging them to do it, and they be going along willingly. You think the World Health, not World Health, the World Bank don't know what they be doing with the funds? You think they don't know? Go ahead, give them the rope to hang themselves. So when they tug on it, they have to come. They ain't got no choice. So when they tie up themselves and they tug, all right, come, they gotta go. So the aim is to put mechanisms, like you said, so that we'll be ready, put mechanisms in place to safeguard the people, because a lot of people are not aware. A lot of people are, yes, like Steve says, still sleeping, this, that, 34. A lot of people are not even cognizant to the extent to which this thing really go. But to whom much is given, Alex, much more is required. That's why men like yourself and the work you've been doing, for a while, long as I've known you, actually, way back, and you consistently at it all along. I know that Violet is very proud of you and the work you've been doing. I don't know if anybody ever told you that, if you ever heard that, but keep up the work, brother. Keep up the work. Keep putting in the work. Our time is now, not coming. It's now. We're going to make it happen. We're going to have to bring you on another night, and we're going to just powwow, man. As if you could, you could hear me, right?
Well, I would like for you at least to have a lot of questions, be creative. Have a lot of questions, because I do better by somebody asking me questions than me just talking.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Give thanks, bro.
I don't care if it's 100 or 1,000. I will answer all of them. Just be prepared for the answer. All right. Because when I got to sit in the world court and testify against them, I got good practice.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right, bro. That's right. We gonna link, Alex. Give thanks for coming through, man. Bajan Free Party, St. Michael South. Alex Mitchell. On the replay.
Thank you for having me. Michael South.
Yes, that was none other than the famous Alex Mitchell. Y'all already know. He's always, there in the background, in the shadows, working faithfully for the upliftment of the people of this nation and to bring clarity to a lot of the fraud that's been going on. Man, salute as always to the brother, warrior for sure, putting in work. And like he said, they try to marginalize certain people. But here's the funny thing. When you listen to these ministers and these so-called politicians talk, I mean, if you had to be serious, if you put any of them any given day in a position where they're in a debate, even if it wasn't a debate, just online direct question and answers with any one of us, they can stand up. They can never stand up. They can't. And the fact that they can't stand up should tell you something as a people. Why don't they ever address the questions that Alex brings to the table? Why don't they ever address the questions that he posed to them with regards to the land and the misappropriation of land by Violet Beckles? The funny thing is, they all know her name. They know of her. They know of her situation. Yet, they say nothing. As a matter of fact, what they try to do is blank Alex as if he doesn't exist, which should tell you something. But yet, they'll pay police to go to the beach to stop somebody else from talking like a big show. It's a comedy, really. They don't say nothing to Alex, though. I wonder why. The truth is the truth, right? And the truth indeed shall make you free. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Anyhow, family, It's that kind of time, more than we had initially expected. They got to make a run. And, shout out to the brother in UK as well for logging in at almost minutes to 3 in the AM. Oh, man. Give thanks, Brother Steve. You know how it is. Got to go work in a few hours, man. But, yeah, politically incorrect. That's how we do. Art in Motion. I like that tune, though. I want to find it, though.
In Africa.
Trying to find it. I got to pull up the history, which I don't even know where it's at. You got to let them know the name of the tune. It is not even fair that we should find ourselves in this position, family, because like I said before, it is always, us. It's always us who got to defend ourselves. Everybody else invades, and we always got to defend ourselves, and we can't figure out why. Shout out to Isis, by the way. Apparently, she's watching us tonight from YouTube, which is cool. But Isis, YouTube got a comment section, though. I mean, you can still drop a line in. I mean, I'm just saying. Shout out to Phil, by the way. Yeah, Alex. We thank you too for coming through, man, and dropping it in. Oh, you done know. That's the name we're looking for. That's the name, Boss Man. Yeah. What if it's showing up? You know how it go already. I want to play that one there for the family tonight for sure. A very own ambassador. None other than the mighty.
Oh, yeah. You people can't understand the situation. Priority number one, vaccination. Priority number two, the population. Priority number three, isolation.
Art in Motion, family.
Priority number
Message
four,
in the music. Message in the music. Pull it from the top, family. Message in the music, family. It's not a song, it's a message. Did you get the message? Alex?
You people can't understand the situation. Priority number one, vaccination. Priority number two, the population. Priority number three, isolation. Priority number four, manipulation. Well, I said, hey, Mr. Bossman, I am talking to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Bossman, refrain from doing what you do.
Refrain,
hey,
man.
Mr. Bossman,
What ticket? What? You for real, man?
What is going on? Hey, Mr. Bossman.
Go ticket the ones with the corruption. How that's only hospital that taking all the gauze and alcohol.
The evidence is clear to see.
Doctors doing surgery and
Some
hospital
people
equipment.
are suffering from these vaccines. The FDA and the CDC committing crimes against humanity.
Hey, Mr. Bossman. Yes.
I am talking
to you, Mr. Bossman.
Hey, Mr. Bossman.
Yes, you and
refrain
you
from
and you.
doing what you do. Hey, Mr.
And you.
Bossman. Please tell me what is going on. Hey, Mr. Bossman.
Hey, Mr. Bossman.
Leave the people, children alone. Father Jah, look down on us in this crisis time. Father Jah, look down on us. We got
Look down
change
on us.
our mind. Father Jah, look down on us in this crisis time. Father Jah, look down on us. Please change our minds. Ah, yeah.
She's on Art in Motion, the art that's in motion. In motion, family.
Oh, yeah.
You got a producer here, Art. You got a producer, Art. Somebody said they want a flute in the background. A flute. Said it would be so nice.
It's clear to see. Some people are suffering from these vaccines. The FDA and the CDC committing crimes against humanity. Hey, Mr. Bossman.
Hey, Mr. Bossman.
I am talking to you. Hey, Mr. Bossman.
Check the video out.
Refrain from doing what you do. Hey, Mr. Bossman.
Yes.
What is going on? Hey, Mr. Bossman.
Hey, Mr. Bossman.
Leave the people, children
alone. Alone. Straight up, Bossman. You get the message. Somebody asked if you have the link. A link to the artist. The link right there in the comments. And if you don't know who it is, if you're paying attention, maximum respect. Art in Motion, the artist himself, part of Politically Incorrect family. So there you go. The link is up, the Facebook page. This person on YouTube asking for you, but I put the link to the video so we can make that connection happen somehow. Somebody from the admin would do a little background cut and paste somehow and get the message to whoever needs to get the message. So Reese David, if you're watching right now, his name is Art in Motion on Facebook. Connect with him, and the video link is right there posted on YouTube as well. Yeah, there you go. Connect. Politically Incorrect, bringing family together, man. That's what it's about, bringing people together from UK to the Caribbean to New York. That's what it's all about. Connecting the dots. 246, yes, Daffodil in the building. 6 and 4 is 10, 10 and 2 is 12, 12, 2 plus 1 is 3, the power of the Trinity, and what we're dealing with. You see? Yeah, I love it. People hate when I do this, until I put up the sign of the devil, 666. That ain't the sign of the devil, though. That's for the record. Anyhow, family, this is the saddest part of the evening where we have to part for now. Yeah, I feel it too. Don't watch the face, though. We in this together, family. We in this together. As a matter of fact, let's have our national anthem as we proceed. Haile Selassie the First, Empress Razera Menin. One perfect balance, family. Let me just meditate on the vibe because it's 2 hours we've been at this thing. 2 more hours, I should say. As one. That's right. 70% the island. We don't need 70% to stand up, though. Believe you me. We don't need 70%. We've been down.
In the valley much too long. We've been down in a poverty oh so long, yeah. We've been down in captivity much too long. We've been down
That's right, Daffodil. I see you. Rise and shine. Speaking of rising and shining, Phil, all the way from Ghana. Nice. Nice. Go represent, family. Go represent, man. Represent. Politically incorrect in the building. If you want, man, tell him to send a link. We broadcast it live. Make this thing happen here. Nah, don't mind the typos. Be overs. One doesn't have to be perfect to get in Zion. One has to be pure. Rastafari. You don't have to be perfect. You gotta be pure though. Focus on being pure, family. Hail up, family. Oh, so long. Been doing this too long, family. Time to rise and shine. Mankind must be born anew. That's right. For the sake of the younger generations. To brotherhood, sisterhood, and unity. Much too long, family. Y'all want to see something? Y'all want to see something? Y'all want to see something? Hold on. Fire red organic romaine lettuce. Fire red. I can't wait to eat this stuff. Organic, right? And I call it indigenous farming, man. I don't know about organic. I call it indigenous farming. I call it indigenous farming, family. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the time we're living in. Yeah. Much too long, family. It's time to do things differently, family. Anyhow, yeah. No bugs, no pests, no nothing. Just, I can't wait to spread this out. Put some sprouts, some avocado. Oh, man. Some cucumber, some kale. Yeah, fire red, fire red, fire red, fire red, fire red. Rise and shine, family. Rise and shine. Anyhow, family. Yeah, Phil. Yeah, Phil. I give thanks, family. Y'all, as usual, man. Much love, much love, much love, much energy. We in here together, family. Work of art. Listen, it's humbling. It's humbling. Me the caterpillars ain't getting along too good though. I can't. They got my kid look like they're on crack. By work, I gotta figure it out though. Probably a little baking soda. I was told a little baking soda sprinkle on it. Supposed to. So I gonna look into that a little more, man. Plus baking soda, if your soil is too acidic, baking soda does alkaline the soil. So let's go and test it and you will know as well. Monday, by the way, the elder coming in from next door, Yaramian, Bishai, or resident specialist, agriculture specialist. Shout out to Bishai and the family in Yaramian and the whole Rastafari community worldwide. Real thing. One family. Monday, you got the farm in the building. So get your pen, your pad, your book, your trays, your soil, your mulch. We farming on Monday. That's what's up. Alkaline food. That's right. Yeah, we can't be having to the kale. The kale looked rough though. I can't front what it was, but don't worry, bring y'all some updates soon. Shout out to the admin, by the way, putting all that work behind the scene, man. That's one give you a special shout out because you don't know how it go. Well, all of you, because you know who you all are. Yeah. Real thing. The L's and the Bays. The L's and the Bays, man. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks. Anyhow, family. We out, man. This session right here is Get Live right about now, man. If we could log off and log back in, that'd be nice, right? Play a beer tunes between us, right? Crank the volume a bit. Just hold a meditation. Right, Daffodil? Cheese on bread. You can't make this stuff up, though. Anyhow, family, y'all be great. Have a wonderful Wednesday night. And rise early and keep shining, man. Art Emotion, we give thanks, family. Zion, I see you. Oh, so long. 3-dimension portrait, family. We give thanks, family. Rise and shine, family. See you all on Friday. Anyhow, for those interested, I don't know, the link up. So I don't know, might do a little backstage for a few minutes. Anybody want to come in there and can do so freely. I give you an extra half an hour, but for now, I'm going to log off the show. Click the link and join me in a few. Until then, Haile Selassie I, Empress Rosera Menin. One perfect balance. One perfect balance. The link up, family. Just keep that in mind. The link up, so link up. Yeah? We out, family.